Why do many of us feel so disconnected, unmotivated, or even incapable of forming meaningful bonds with other people? If you ever wonder why this is happening to you, this video will give you an answer that you're probably not expecting. And yes, I'm talking about pornography.
I could watch porn from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. at night. And I would go from one to the next, to the next. When day turns into night and you're still watching, I knew I had a problem.
This video will explain why pornography, in my opinion, is the most damaging thing young adults can go through today, and how mentally, emotionally, and physically it undermines your personal growth and hurts your chances of being fulfilled. By the end of this video, you will learn not only how pornography is holding you back, but you'll learn practical steps to break free from it. Whether you're struggling with it yourself or you know somebody that is, so you better want to understand the concept, this is information that you want to hear. Welcome back to High Standard University. My name is Quincy, or aka Q to Go, your soon-to-be favorite smart dumb guy. My mission, guys, is simple. I simply want to help you guys improve mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally while I bring you guys on my journey myself. So if that's up your alley, make sure you hit the like button on this video, because that's the way YouTube knows that it's a good video. Subscribe and share to anybody that needs to hear this message. Now that we got all that out the way, let's bust out some notes and grab ourselves some water. And let's start with the real costs that pornography has on your mental and emotional well-being. Pornography isn't some harmless entertainment, it's a drug. Research shows that pornography floods our brain with dopamine, the same feel-good chemical that's released when we do drugs. Over time, this unnatural flow of dopamine distorts our brain. It leaves you unmotivated, unfocused, and detached from reality.
Chris, are you gay?
No.
Well, then why didn't you go out with that girl?
I have everything I need in that department on my computer.
Chris, don't you see? You're so desensitized by all this porn, you're not even interested in actual girls.
Think about it. If you was constantly bombarding your brain with unrealistic, exaggerated images, how can you expect to enjoy the simplicity of the real thing? That's why people that struggle with pornography often report that they feel numb to the simple pleasures of sex, or they simply struggle to stay focused on meaningful tasks. And this isn't a coincidence. Studies have shown that constant use of pornography can lead to depression, anxiety, and brain decline. If you thought the mental effects were bad, then the emotional damage that happens is flat out devastating. Pornography doesn't just change the way you view yourself, it changes the way you view others. Over time, regular consumption of porn creates this unrealistic view of intimacy. People start to view people as objects of pleasure rather than people of meaningful connection.
For me, it started to change the way I saw people. They lost their humanity. Like, people became objects. Like, it felt like I was disconnected.
I was talking to one of my friend girls one time, and she was telling me about how she was dating this guy that was addicted to pornography. See, she didn't realize it at the time, but looking back, hindsight is 20/20. And she was telling me how she constantly felt inadequate because he was constantly comparing her to what he saw on his fucking phone screen.
You are neither the cause nor cure for what is going on in his world. It is not your fault that he goes to porn, and you having more sex with him is not going to make him stay away.
Obviously, he wasn't doing that directly, but she could tell, like, when they was doing a do or they was having intimate moments, he was kind of numb and dulled down to the real thing because he was so used to his phone screen. And even for those that aren't in a relationship, pornography fosters loneliness. It gives this illusion of connection, but it leaves you feeling lonelier than ever. Because a lot of you guys know, you probably won't say it out loud, but after you do it, you feel shame and guilt. But for some reason, instead of addressing those feelings, we let them sit and build into the next time. Then we feel that feeling of shame and guilt, and we let it sit again until next time. Now we have done nothing but create a vicious cycle that is hard as hell to break. And this emotional toll often leads to physical consequences that no one saw coming. Pornography isn't just a mental and emotional thing. It has real deal physical consequences. One of the most common issues is ED, which is one of the most embarrassing things a man can go through. I'm getting flashbacks. When ED is caused by porn, it turns into another form of ED, which is porn-induced ED.
To take care of our children.
I can't get an erection.
And this happens when your brain gets so used to your fucking phone, tablet, or laptop screen that it has a hard time responding to real-life intimacy. And the damage caused by pornography often snowballs into other areas of our life. It's not just sex, and it's not just relationships. Because most of us can attest to this. Porn will make you less confident, less motivated, and less willing to go actually out there and approach women and pursue actual women in real life. And I know breaking free from pornography isn't easy, but it's possible. And it starts with making intentional changes in your daily habits. If you're struggling with pornography, the first thing I want to let you know is that you're not alone. Millions on top of millions of people are dealing with the same issue that you're dealing with, and many of them have successfully overcame it, including myself. So here's my no bullshit step-by-step approach to breaking free. Step 1 is to acknowledge the problem. Sounds simple, but you need to be completely honest with yourself.
People don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to go cheat on my spouse, or I'm going to go objectify women on the internet. Something is going on inside of you, and your escape is to run away and to feel good momentarily while getting that release that porn promises.
Ask yourself, how is pornography impacting my relationships? How is it impacting my confidence? And how is it impacting my mental fucking health? Because denial will only keep you stuck. Acknowledging the harm that it does is the foundation for change. Take time to reflect when and why you got into porn. Was it stress? Was it boredom? Or was it loneliness? Identifying these triggers can help you get down to the root causes for why you're doing it. So what I want you to do is spend 10 minutes journaling about how porn affects you mentally and emotionally. And I want you to identify specific situations that led to you doing it. After you do that, you can move on to step 2, which is replace pornography with healthier habits. Stopping the habit alone isn't enough, and it probably won't work. You need to replace the habit with something healthier. Engage yourself in physical activities, create a hobby, or just get into something creative that can fill your void. Exercise not only relieves stress, but it also gives you dopamine. And these dopamine levels are natural, which counteracts the need and dependency for porn. Now what I want you to do is to write down 3 activities that you can turn to whenever you feel triggered. And I want you to commit to practicing only one of them, just one, on a daily basis. Step 3 is to set boundaries with technology. One of the biggest reasons why people get addicted to pornography nowadays is because it's so easy to access. And I get it. We've all had that thought process where we're like, why would I go out there and deal with women that might not be for me for weeks on weeks, where I can just go to a website, get this urge out the way, and go about my business. But with that also being said, let's be real with each other. That thought process is the same reason why you got ED the last time you had sex, and the reason why you haven't been confident in having sex in months. So yeah, you can disrupt this cycle by creating boundaries in your technology. You can use blockers to block those websites. Another thing you can do is schedule screen-free time each day, preferably at night when you're the most vulnerable. If social media is a trigger, then you have 2 options. You can either unfollow those accounts that show provocative content, or you can delete social media altogether. I'll prefer you in the beginning stages to delete social media, because if you unfollow those accounts, there's nothing stopping you from just going to the search bar and looking them back up when you get triggered again. But the point is, building a controlled environment with your technology is going to keep you away from those triggers more frequently. And it's also going to help you build self-discipline. Step 4 is to find accountability. Breaking free is going to be difficult as fuck alone. Share your journey with someone that you trust. I don't care if it's a family member, your therapist, or even a friend. Knowing someone out there is rooting for your growth can be the key factor between you relapsing or continuing your path to getting off that shit. If you're not ready to talk to somebody you know, join an online community. There are online communities like nofap. Or hell, if you just go to my last video I made about pornography, scroll down and look at the comments. The comments are filled with people sharing their experiences about pornography, the good and the bad. So feel free and don't be ashamed to share your experiences, to share your downfalls, to show your independencies. Because like I said, you're not alone in this. Millions of people are struggling with the same thing you're struggling with. And you out here acting like you're alone in this battle is what's keeping you stuck.
I try to stay off of pornography, man. That's one of my biggest arch nemesis is pornography.
Why?
I see it and I still get all the joys out of it, but I don't have any of the feelings attached to it. So then when I am engaging with somebody that I care about or something, it just doesn't calculate for me emotionally as well.
So what I want you to do right now is to reach out to somebody or a group and share your struggles and your goals. It might feel awkward or it might feel intimidating. That's okay. You have to start somewhere. Get it done and let's move on. Step 5 is to focus on real life relationships. Pornography substitutes real life situations with artificial bullshit. Investing in real life relationships will remind you the depth and the connection that you can build when you're not looking at something on your phone screen. And that doesn't just have to come from a romantic partner. That can come from friends and family. Prioritize meaningful connections that are above that surface level bullshit. These 3 steps I just broke down for you guys aren't just about breaking free from pornography. They're about rediscovering control, confidence, and clarity in your life. By choosing to take action today, you're choosing a healthier and more fulfilling life in the future. Yes, pornography is one of the most dangerous influences young adults face today, but It's not unbeatable. Like understanding the mental, physical, and emotional toll it takes, you have taken the first step of breaking free. Do me a favor, just close your eyes and think about a life where your mind is clear, your relationships are thriving, and you're not muddled down by pornography and artificial bullshit. Now open your eyes. That life sounds pretty good, right? And the thing is, it's possible, but it starts with making intentional changes in your life and getting rid of those vices that hold you back. If this video helped you see pornography in a different light, don't just stop there. Subscribe to High School University. I constantly put out content on how to become a better, more fulfilled human being. And like I said earlier, like and share this video with somebody that needs to hear it. Together, we can all take back control and start living a life that we all deserve. But not until we delete that fucking cancer that is pornography.